Testing. 1, 2, testing. What is going on, traders? Johnny here with the Learn to Earn team. A pre-market session here did push up. It is December 5th, 2025. And yeah, market's pushed up, sold off, nice little V shape, pushing up again, selling off again, and basically just kind of choppy for majority of the day. Let's make sure that we're able to share this with our team. Copy. Morning live. About 5:25. There we go. Paste. There we go. Hope you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. Let me know if you can. All right. Yeah, QQQ making another leg down, unable to perform any higher than that 628 mark. Back down to yesterday's high of 624. V-shaped recovery, selling off again. A lot of volatility today on Friday. That is going to happen. We are going to see volatility, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. And I do not have any trades at the moment. No trades. And let's see, let's make sure that we are getting alerted here for our Discord team. You guys are the only one that has access to these live streams now. And yeah, looks like it is working. Why is there no sound on here? Or no video? Let's see, let's try that again. There we go. There we go. You guys can see me now and hear me okay? All right. So yeah, we are seeing some choppiness. I mean, the market's been running up for the last couple of days. We've been watching it all week long. Bitcoin selling off again off of that moving average from 91,400 down to 88,000. So we are seeing some more selling pressure from Bitcoin. Looking at the 4-hour, look, it was unable to get above that moving average of 94.7, and looks like it's coming back down to around 84 potentially. So trading within this little range of 80 to 90,000 as it should be. Just back to those February and March levels, February, March, and April levels of this year. So it gave back all of the gains from this year of 2025, and now in December it's back to the same price Bitcoin was trading at in February, March, and April. So very interesting to see that happening. We'll see if it can hold here. Does it recover? Does it sell off more? I think it's going to sell off even more. So MSTR bag holders are not very happy with this. They thought they were going to get some upward momentum. They started investing again, and in fact, it's actually starting to pull back even more. So not good for MSTR. Now, if you wanted to short Bitcoin and MSTR, you can get into MSTZ. It's only $13, and as the Bitcoin sells off, this will actually push up even higher. So actually really nice here. It's a 2-time inverse ETF. Again, shorting Bitcoin. So if you believe Bitcoin can sell off more, then this is something that you may want to trade short term. Now going from 1224 to 1339, that was a nice little move already today. Up already 9.5%, still 8% here. I'd love to see if this sells off even more. I wouldn't even mind taking a trade in it, as this could pop up, you know, substantially more as well, especially being above this average. If it sells off, we can get another 10% easily, maybe even 30% if Bitcoin goes back with another leg down. So other than that, there's really not a lot of action happening. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 10 shares here at this level, because I believe Bitcoin can sell off a little bit more. Light position, guys. It's only $131, nothing too crazy. Again, I usually try to build a position of around $1,000 or about 100 shares. In this case, it'd be about $1,300 for 100 shares. The overall market trying to bounce off of yesterday's resistance levels. Again, if it can bounce and hold off these resistance levels, then we could see it pop up very nicely. If it can't hold, we can see this sell off even more. Open getting rejected today. Nice little double top rejection here. So I have my alert set right there at 774. And I actually had to lower it because I don't know what happened there. That was weird. But I had to lower it because it kept getting hit this morning and kept getting hit and kept getting hit. And I'm like, stop. And so I lowered the area here, probably around $7, maybe even $7.15. We'll see if it bounces off of that level. WEBULL selling off this morning. That was also getting alerted. Although I don't believe, did I even get an alert for this one? I don't believe I did actually get an alert. Or maybe I did earlier. I just missed it. I'm going to bring this down a little bit to like 935. LUNR, again, selling off. Had a nice run yesterday. We did trade it on Wednesday. We did trade it yesterday, locking in some profits. And today it's selling off. But for a nice 2-day run, doesn't necessarily mean it has to run a third day. It's already curling over. As you can see, RSI had curled over, MACD curled over. Now we could see potentially another bounce, or we could see this go back down to about $10. So I have my price alert set to 1091. We're going to try to get through this live stream pretty quickly here. Looks like everything is having just a kind of rejection style of a day today. Nothing really playing out. SoFi selling off. Century Aluminum selling off. You know, CMG, it's Chipotle, a great area to showcase rejection off of that moving average. When it's above the moving average, the green line, it acts as support and it'll eventually push up. When it's below this moving average, it tends to sell off because it's creating a rejection period. Intel popped up from yesterday, $44 down to 40, pushed up to 42. I'd love to see this push back up to $44. We'll see if we can get that. If we can, I'm going to set an alert here. And again, it's all about being liquid, having capital available to use when you do see an opportunity. You can get in. You didn't waste your day trade on something that didn't play out just for it to sell off or lose money, or it actually recover and then you missed out on that opportunity and have to wait another day to trade. Maybe you don't trade with the margin account, maybe you trade with the cash account. And all of you that know, when you trade cash, you use all your cash. You have to wait 1 day for your cash to settle after a trade. Now, margin over $25,000, you could trade as many times as you want. It's unlimited. But if you have less than $25,000 on a margin account, then you would have only 3-day trades in a 5-day period. You could use 3-day trades throughout the week, or you could use 3-day trades in the same exact day. But once those day trades are used, you would not be able to take any more day trades for 5 days. Now, a lot of people like to swing trade with margin accounts if they're under that $25,000. But for myself, I don't hold any positions overnight. I'm always cash. That way I don't have to worry about uncertainty, if it's going to sell off, if it's going to push up. Now, if there's an opportunity that I see and everything's playing out accordingly, I may take it overnight and turn a day trade into a swing trade. Like Hood is looking really nice, bouncing off of this moving average several times. Could we get another bounce off of the moving average on Hood? It's possible. It looks like it's setting up for a nice pop. We'll see if it gets rejected off of that 131 resistance level. If it doesn't, then this can push up to 137, right? And that'll be a nice little play, about 5% if it does end up working accordingly to the plan. Let's go ahead and take a look at crypto again. Looks like they might be popping up, which would not be good for our MSTZ position. Down about 1% on 10 shares. That's really nothing, honestly. We'll see if we get another rejection. Now, there is a lot of consolidation at this level. 88 could have been a really strong support, and this could potentially pop back up. Doesn't mean it has to, but it definitely could. Again, looking at the charts here, strong rejection period, and we've seen this for the last couple of days, popping up, selling off, like this sold off 8.5% and then pushed up 11%. This sold off 6.5%. I mean, we could probably see another 8.5 before it pops up to another 11 potentially. So, I mean, we could see something like this, or it could just bounce off of this level right now. It could sell off more. The point is understanding direction. It's having a struggling to get above. I'm actually going to bring this down here to some daily levels instead of weekly levels. And that way we can see, okay, look, it's going to pop up above 89, or it's going to drop below 88. We'll get alerted, and we'll be in a better position to control our MSTZ position. I'd love to see Bitcoin sell off even more. Again, this is not something that I'm going to be holding overnight. This is a day trade, so if it plays out, I make a couple of bucks, great. If I lose a couple of bucks, great. But I'm not going to turn this day trade into a swing trade. It is a 2 times leveraged inverse ETF betting against Bitcoin. Okay, so if Bitcoin sells off, MSTR sells off, then of course we are going to be able to make some more money. Now, if it recovers, then we're going to have some issues and we'll actually lose a few bucks. So it looks like that's happening right now. We'll see. We got our alerts set. MSTR, again, kind of flatlining, right? Not a lot going on with MSTR. So we're going to do another alert. So we'll probably get out several alerts. Actually, I'm going to take this one back to Bitcoin up to here, down to here, because the only one that really matters is MSTR. MSTR pushes up, then MSTZ will push down, and vice versa. So let's see, QQQ also struggling to get above this, not only the 200-day moving average, but the 45-day exponential moving average. And as it slowly makes lower lows and lower highs, we're seeing a nice trend line to the downside, which is great. I love to see that. It's starting to squeeze. It's holding support at this previous resistance level, which means two things, right? We're going to get a squeeze effect. It's either going to go below. Let me illustrate that to you guys, okay? Well, let me get rid of that real quick. There we go. So it pushed up, came back down to test support, validated support, came up to those highs of the day, and it couldn't get any higher than those highs, and then it started making lows. Tried to validate support again, couldn't, got below that 200-day moving average, validated the 200-day moving average as resistance, validated this as support, pushed up, now it's coming down and it's pushing up. So we're either going to get a squeeze up to the top, or this could continue to squeeze like this until we get a huge rejection or a huge recovery, okay? So that is definitely possible. And I'm excited to see what happens. Looks like we might see some potential recovery here. Bitcoin pushing up slightly. Is there any news for Bitcoin? First U.S. state buys the dip. Texas spends $5 million on Bitcoin during downturn. 29 million or 29 minutes ago. That's really it though. Oklo unveils 1.5 billion public offering. The nuclear stock sinks. So Oklo is not doing good today. Let's take a look. OKLO. And usually Fridays are red Fridays. There's not many days in the past where Fridays actually perform well. Usually Fridays are days where the markets will be slightly in the red, which is fine. I love to see that. That means you can get dip buy opportunities if you're a swing trader. You can go against the market if you see fit. All right, we just got our alert for MSTR, but Oklo pushed up to 114, sold off instantly back down to 104. Okay, looks like we are getting a slight recovery here. Bitcoin with a nice big push up. It's all about being patient. It's all about giving the market time. You know, if you want to go long, you want to see those stronger highs and stronger lows. And when you want to short, you want to see those stronger lows and lower lows and lower highs. But when market changes in your direction, if your trade begins to change in your direction, then you want to make sure that you do your job and your part by either locking in profits or taking your stop loss, right? Don't keep lowering your stop loss more and more and more. That's not something you'd want to do. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of that rejection here again. We'll see if we do continue to see that rejection. I'd love to see it. We're going to bring our alert down here and to here. Now it's crazy to see because before QQQ or the Nasdaq market and Bitcoin used to be opposite. They used to be inverse. When the markets were selling off, people would buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin would go up, and when Bitcoin would be going down, then people would be getting into the markets, and now they seem to be trading fairly the same. When the markets sell off and Bitcoin sells off, they do it together as one. It's more of a correlation than not now. And this is actually stair-stepping upwards slightly. See that? Making higher highs, slightly higher lows, but at the moment, not a lot going on here. So and I wanted to get on, trade with you guys. It is Friday. I didn't want to miss a day of trading. We literally are doing great with our 30-day challenge, making sure that we stick to that, making sure that we are doing our part in giving you guys content and a ton of value. Because again, you guys are here to learn how to trade, and I'm here to help you guys learn how. So that 30-day challenge, one YouTube video, which honestly should be more because I have you guys, so you're always going to get a Monday through Friday live stream as Discord members. And then you're going to get one YouTube video and of course a short. A lot of content here. Okay, looks like Bitcoin is pushing up. And we can see that. We might even see a slight rejection, but after a huge sell-off like this, I don't see why it wouldn't try to recover a little bit. But we are still seeing some rejection here. If you see this horizontal pattern, it's actually right around this level. So we are seeing some resistance with MSTR at 179.31. And again, Bitcoin, okay, daily, we're seeing some resistance right at this level as well. Not just from a few minutes ago, but also from earlier this morning around, 9:30, 9:20. So we'll see, does this make lower lows and get rejected off resistance, or does it pop above and try to see if it has resistance here on this 200-day moving average? We're about to find out right now live with our LTE team. All right, MSTR trying to break that resistance here. Like about 179.50, I'd say. Looks like it's going to do it. Looks like it's going to recover. Yep, look at that move right there. Big move here. Short-term recovery on Bitcoin. We'll see if it doesn't get rejected again off of this moving average, though. Look at this. It's been getting rejected. We'll see if it doesn't get rejected or we get a huge recovery off of it. Looks like a huge bull flag. All right, pushing up. We're going to buy another 10 here on MSTZ. I guess we don't really need the cost basis, open orders, or show trade history. Open orders, maybe. Looks like it's stair-stepping up. I believe it could still sell off. Now, MSTZ would have been nice to buy around 12 to 13. That would have been $1 per share, 9%. I'm looking for a nice little continuation on Bitcoin selling off. Looks like it can happen. It's getting rejected off of this level now, 89.5. So we'll see what happens with that. Remember, it doesn't have to play out. This thing could get a full recovery and I get stopped out, and then that's the end of my trading session, okay? I want you guys to be aware of that. Nothing is guaranteed. And you do not have to copy my trade, okay? Now I'm willing to risk maybe 5% on this small trade, right? It's only $259. I believe it's going to continue to get rejected here. So I'm going to buy 10 more. My average price is $13.05. QQQ getting rejected off of that moving average. We'd like to see that. Bitcoin getting rejected again off of that level. Love to see more rejection here. So then I could always buy more. I'm gonna let my team know. Okay, looks like it's getting rejected. Adding 10 more. Now we're at 40 shares, $520. Bouncing off of this level here, finding support. MSTR getting rejected off of that same level. Remember, these are inverse ETFs. Well, this is an inverse ETF, double leverage from MSTR. So we are shorting Bitcoin. If Bitcoin sells off more today with another leg down, then of course our MSTZ position would print. All right, let's see what happens. And I believe this is probably where in the live stream we have about, what, 30 minutes here. Again, it's all about being patient and finding setups that make sense to you. And remember, we don't deserve anything in the market. It's all earned. Nothing is guaranteed. You could trade for years and never make a profit unless you have a great plan and a great strategy, managing your risk, making sure you have stop losses set. Setting yourself up with this, with a 1% here. So we're going to create a stop at 1%. So if it comes back down, the most we could lose is 1%, about $5, which is nothing. Risking $5 to potentially make, 10%. That's a 1 for 5 risk to reward, right? Risking about 1%, which is about $5 to make around 2.5, maybe even more, But even that 1 for 2 I'd take on this small position. All right. So that's what I'm doing here, guys. I appreciate you guys' time. If you guys enjoyed this, please smash the like button. And I'm sure you guys are already subscribed to the channel. If not, subscribe to the channel. I give you guys more content, not just live trading, daily vlogs, and other helpful motivational content. So I appreciate you guys. Let's end this week on a green note and the rest of the year on a green note. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Let's get out there and do something fun. Also, I'll be hosting our Sunday Stock Talk around the same time, I believe around like 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it could be like 9 o'clock for the East Coast, could be about 6 o'clock for the West Coast, and about 7 o'clock for the central Midwest countries. So again, I appreciate you guys' time. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And we will see you all for our Sunday Stock Talk and for more trading sessions at Market Open Monday through Friday next week. So appreciate you guys, and you all have a great day.